Hey, what's up, YouTube? It's Dubk Dad. Referring back to Facebook, people asking me, why is Geargia still relevant? Why did Geargia perform rather well at YCS Philly? And my response was simple. Excuse me. The deck to beat, more or less, were decks running these guys. The hands and trap tricks. If you look at their attack score, 16, 14, 16, 17, none of those trump the defense of Geargia armor. So even though these guys also included the artifacts, Moral Tech can't hit the face down armor. So they'll be forced to use the Moral Tech, when you make your plays. But if you're smart, you'll flip your armor, maybe poke for 11, whatever. Flip your armor, get your search, make a small play, get a little poke, and maybe bait a Sanctum or something, and they have no response. Then you put your armor face down, and they're sitting there thinking you're going to make a bigger play and want to disrupt you with Sanctum, and then they've lost their opportunity because now there's no relevant target for Moral Tech, and activating Sanctum at that point, it would just be a waste. There's no disruption, and you'll just simply have a 2100 vanilla on the field. And that's not what the Trap Tricks hand deck looks to do. They look to generate at least a +1 or 1-for-1 at the worst on their turn and your turn. And when you deprive them of that, then they get outpaced. Something else to consider, and what I think is very important, if you notice in the OCG, they have Never Disc in their versions of artifacts, and Never Disc has 1800 attack. Once again, Geargia trumps that. But if you look at the Madolche builds, they side Nimble Mega Hamster. Nimble Mega Hamster has 1800 defense, another card that stalls out the primary normal summons of the deck. Golden Shuttle and Never Disc. So it stalls that out. And then that card also tutors Hootcake. So even if they manage to run over the hamster, you get the tutor Hootcake in defense, so Moral Tech can't pop that. You're obviously going to set up the play such that the Hootcake is safe. So if they have multiple monsters on board, you'll let the hamster flip and die so that you get your Hootcake tutor to the field. Deal with the rest of the board accordingly, and then on your turn, flip Trap Stun, flip summon your Hootcake, and then go off by banishing your hamster, then normal summoning and jelly, and just going bananas on your opponent. So that's one of the relevant things. Something else, what used to be played in the Madolche builds were the Ghost Tricks engine with Mary and Jiangxi and Spectre. I think this could also be relevant again, simply because Jiangxi has 1800 defense, which once again walls off the primary normal summons in the new hand trick artifact deck. Easily walling up, providing small advantage until you can go off. And so if you're not inclined to play hamster, however, I would be more inclined to play hamster just because you can just simply side in 2 hamster instead of playing, a 6-card Ghost Trick engine. You can just add 2 hamster, and that provides the food you need. The tutoring Hootcake. I mean, at the very worst, you can tutor your Mufui, so you can pair it with your Angeli after it's popped off for Hootcake, and then now you can get your Messenger Lotto, get your search, overlay your Hootcake Mufui for Invoker to get your other Messenger Lotto, and do plays from there. It's the combo chains, the combo trees that you can branch off from just that card. As you go into the meta with artifacts, are just pretty amazing right now. The game is like almost getting exciting again because there's like a new threat. It's very powerful, but with a little bit of ingenuity and a little bit of forethought, you can easily overcounter it by just spotting some of the inherent weaknesses or some of the fundamental flaws of an imposing strategy, knowing that the deck looks to do this every turn, and if you can prevent them doing that for a few turns, you can use that to your advantage by using monsters that synergize with your deck while stalling out your opponent or preventing your opponent from doing what they're trying to do, exactly as this deck does. Well, let me know what you guys think about my theory down below. Be interested to hear what you got to say. It's Dubk Dad, and I'm out.